Taurus. Welcome to your August readings 2025 with me, Marianne, from Marianne's Mystic Mentions. It's an honor to be here. I love and appreciate all of you so very, very much. I was just telling Aries, I finished Aries reading, and I'll be doing Aries through Pisces. So, you know, any placement at all is advised, whether it's your sun, moon, ascendant, or Venus, even Mercury. I always include Mercury because it's our communication. Though Mercury's in retrograde, it won't be. It'll be going direct on the 11th of August. But I am always thrilled to be here. It's my absolute passion. I do have a format for those that are new. Welcome, especially and those coming back. I love you. I mean, without you, this channel doesn't really make sense. But I do it because it's just something I've done for a very long time, and it's a part of who I am. So I'll continue to do it for as long as I possibly can. And so anyway, yes, I have a format. I'm going to start with the chakra check. Now, the chakras are the energy centers within our bodies, for those who've never heard of that ever in your life. It's one of the unseen, beautiful, mystical things of being a spiritual body, a spirit in a human form. And I literally do meditations every morning. It just takes a moment to open every one of the chakras. And I speak of the 8 specific. There are many chakras, but I talk about the eight chakras. So what I do is I have a conversation with each sign I'm about to read for. And in doing so, I have a little connection that I start to feel, and I kind of start getting in tune with the energy. And for you, Taurus, it was definitely red. And red, color-wise, like everything, is energy. And it's fiery, and it's a fiery... We're in Leo season, which is a fire sign. Today, as I record this on July 30th, is when Chiron, the Wounded Healer, as it's titled, will be going retrograde, as it does every year. I think through next January, maybe February, don't quote me. It's usually 5 to 6 months, same thing every year. Not the same exact date, but, very close by. And that is in the sign of Aries. It's retrograding in the sign of Aries. It's been in Aries for some time. And that's fire, that's passion, that's all the, it's aggression, it's Mars energy, which is going to be prominent in the month of August. But overall, Taurus, I love August, always have. It's the 8th month. It's actually emotional saying it, to be honest. What a year, right? Everybody I know, everybody I talk to, myself included, the changes, the transformations, oh man, like no other life or time in my life. And I'm getting on in years, and I have a lot to use as a reference. But yes, but I think it's phenomenal. For example, I have 3 simultaneous things happening. Leaving my studio and actual, the business end, if you will, for all intents and purposes of many, many years now, and then starting a new job in August, as well as a little surgery happening next week. So all of the particulars that have to be done with that, with a Mercury retrograde in process and 3 other retrograde planets, it's like, okay, we can do this. So different. There's going to be some things that are going to slow it down, right? So you might very well know what I'm speaking of. And it's going to all happen. It'll all fall into place. I literally promise people, because even if it wasn't exactly how you thought it was going to be, it'll be exactly the way it needs to be. And that's how life has always been. And transformations will always happen. And a lot of them, I think, you're welcoming, Taurus. I feel that very strongly. And, and then the latter part of August becomes Virgo season. And that's very complimentary for you as a fellow earth sign. So let's get on with the reading, though. I'm going to make sure that I get as many as I can, because it's going to be a little touch and go with moving and stuff in the next few days. But I'm going to do it. And even if it's a little late, no matter when you watch these, it'll be just the right time for you. Okay, so I basically do a very simplistic check by setting these behind my back. Now, these cards have a beautiful saying on them representing the particular chakra that I speak of. It's a simplistic way to express it to you, and it speaks of where it resides in your body. and how Spirit may want you to focus on that specifically for the month of August. I've mentioned this to be interesting. Sometimes Spirits and I are right in tune to where, yes, your base chakra, which is the red chakra as well, representing, the color once again and the energy it initiates. And that is actually interesting because it is an earth sign relevant to, the earth and the grounding that's necessary, which is what you are. So that in itself. That actually just came to me in mind. But so as I shuffle these, there's 8 to choose from. I will say that I will be incorporating a little bit of astrology that goes well with the tarot. I'll be doing 6 card spread today with my beautiful cat tarot because we are in Leo season. And happy birthday, all Leos. I'm sure a lot of Tauruses are I'm so many times the combination because I'm very, very passionate about the compatibility between signs. That's what I've studied mostly, and I'll be bringing out a series, but that's to be continued. It is definitely, I see a lot of Taurus and Leo combinations. Okay, friends, lovers, whatever. So happy birthday. And then also, yeah, we've got, the retrograde and so forth. We've got what do you know? Okay, Spirit, here we go. Spirit feels the same way. Being in touch with your truest, deepest, fundamental values, your grounded energy, your authenticity, your direct, fixed energy of I'm going to make this happen by hook or by crook, your determination, all of the things that represent you, Taurus, are vividly and predominantly coming through for Spirit to let you know in the chakra of the base chakra, your grounded energy, your strength, your presence. Let me read to you what it says specifically. I love this. It's your first chakra. First of all, the chakras run upward and then through the crown and to the 8th chakra, which is the all-encompassing, all-connected matrix, basically, energy. The presence of Spirit is solidly rooted in my body. I have the right to be here, and my love is abundant with love. My life is abundant with love, comfort, and vitality. Now, saying that alone, I like to call it a mantra that you can use, absolutely helps to fortify and strengthen this particular chakra and all chakras. I mean, each card for the chakra has a different saying, so I'm going to set it here for you. You might want to take a screenshot. I hope it's not too, it looks a little blurry. I apologize. But anyway, it's a beautiful way to open them up. I do it every morning. I just take a moment and just ask that all of my chakras be opened for that fullness that we can have and to release any blocks or restrictions from this area. Ooh, that feels so good. That feels great. Now, in accordance with that, I always like to pull the card that has to do with the crystal, which I then put in my beautiful necklace to infuse the reading with, okay? So and it's one of my favorites, for the root chakra that we're speaking of, it is the words associated grounded, healthy, and strong, okay? And that is who you are to the very core of you. And I've known so many Tauruses, and that's what I always feel from them. Red jasper is the actual crystal. I am healthy, strong, and stable in my body, mind, and my being grounded. Like I said, you understand that because as an earth sign yourself, you love nature, you love the natural aspect of things, and how a lot of times I think you do things, you'd rather take a natural product than maybe medicine. Although we need, not a doctor, just putting out there that I've known a lot of earth signs, and that's where they tend to go. They have beautiful gardens. They like getting their hands in the dirt. They like being in nature. Perhaps you can relate to what I'm speaking of because it is you, Taurus. So, and this is your reading. Now I'm going to bring in the beautiful little gift card set that came with these cards. And actually the bigger cards, it's a set I've had for so many years. What did I do with it? It's probably hidden back here. But bottom line, it is a color deck. Oh, it's underneath this thing. I'm not going to get that right now. And it just speaks of how color, once again, as an energy, really affects our moods and the way we feel. And it's just another facet of life that I find phenomenal. So I'm going to take this other crystal out, which was from the last reading, and put in this red jasper to infuse the reading, and we'll get on with the reading. How's that? I will be finishing with an oracle message as well, because it's one of my favorite decks. And the last reading, oh my gosh, I had a lot of mishaps, unfortunately. I hope that won't happen for us. With the Mercury retrograde still in full effect through the 11th of August and then building back its momentum. It actually goes direct on the 11th of August. It's a little hard sometimes to talk, and things don't always go exactly as smoothly. It affects what? Transportation, technology, and communication, but we live with it. We've been living with it our whole lives. Everything will be fine. Sometimes things are phenomenal with the Mercury retrograde. There are absolute benefits to it. But it's not that long, so we'll bear through it, right? I'll set these aside. We'll start, and I'll lay out the 6 cards I mentioned with this beautiful cat tarot deck. One of my favorites. The last reading, I was forgetting the meanings, but I have the booklet, so should I need to revert to it, I will, because it's been a minute since I brought this out. But it is, yeah, I'm a cat lover. I have a cat. He actually was into mischief, so I had to close him out of the room for the time being. But mostly he infuses the readings and adds a lot to them, in my humble opinion. So I'll set these out. So we have the past, present, and future with a clarification card. So when I say the past, just know that it could be as recent as this morning prior to this reading. There's no definitive, or, it's not that linear when it comes to spirit. Anytime you watch this reading is perfectly fine. And if I didn't say it, I'll repeat it. It's always good to watch your sun, moon, ascendant, or rising, and definitely Venus placements, as well as Mercury. Okay, so that's communicated. Now the Taurus is known for your voice in some capacity. That's the physical part of the body that's associated with Taurus. And I've known many Tauruses, and I know they either speak very beautifully, or they are singers, or something that has to do with that throat. And sometimes there's more maybe ailments to your throat, so you have to be particularly careful about that. Especially as a singer, you want to make sure that you're attending to it, because that's your moneymaker, as they would say. But so the recent past card for you for the month of August 2025 is the Eight of Swords. Okay, now this is interesting, because I swear this is where I get a little confused, and I apologize. But first of all, it's a beautiful card. I have to show you, and I hope the glare isn't too much. Right off the bat, this is making me think, and I mean, it makes sense, because these are, to me, fall colors, and you can see the leaves kind of falling. Let me double check this. As I said, it's been a while since I brought this deck out, and even when I had, some of the cards don't appear through an entire series of a month readings. So what I'm feeling, though, is it is the swords, because it generally will show the claws, and that represents the swords, which is the air element. So let me go in here quickly and see if I'm right. The swords are right here. And the 8, yeah, and once again, a representation. Now, next month is an 8 month, as it is August. And 8 is powerful. It's very abundant. It's one of the most prosperous numbers in the numerology studies. So let me just see what's going on here. It's the wands. Okay, I do say that I get the swords and the wands mixed up, but nevertheless, 8 of Wands is what I had thought the last reading, ironically, and was mistaken. And what 8 of Wands represents is fiery, beautiful, quick, like lots of information that maybe had been, even with retrogrades, right? And there are 4 of them in the month of July, and then, Mercury will go direct in August, as I said. delays, postponements, this sort of thing. Like, when am I going to find out? What do I do next? And making sure that all the while you just take things a step at a time. It's really all you can do. Some things are out of our control. We know that. That's okay. But this is wonderful. This is several different avenues happening, right? Like now it's happening. So by like I said, the 11th and onward, it's definitely happening. Now I'm going to mention the two moons that are essential for all of us to know about, because you just look outside and see them. You know how much a part of them they are with us, and they control the tides, and they certainly have a bearing and an influence on us. So the first full moon will be, the full moon will be in Aquarius on the 9th, but only just after Libra, which is, the sign of balance and this and fairness and peace and everything. Mars will be leaving Virgo into Libra, not its favorite position, because Libra doesn't like to fight much. We try not to anyway. I'm a Libra. Confrontation isn't our thing. So Mars is like, a little softer. I was hoping for a little more, confrontation, aggression, and it's been around plenty. So I'm for one, I'm happy that Mars is going into Libra, and that'll happen through the 22nd of September, I believe. But so, yeah, just letting you know, things are definitely taking shape. They are moving forward, okay? And you know it, and I know it. And that full moon will bring a culmination to things and really put a spotlight on things that may have been, kept in the dark, if you will. Let's clarify this for you. The Tower. Oh, okay. So I never mind the Tower. I used to be like, the Tower, what? Because it shakes things up. Things have to change, it wasn't stable. You've got the two cats. Usually it's two people that are just diving out. They're like, it's time to go. This wasn't working. It's not balanced at all. Blah, blah, blah. By the way, you are a Venus ruled sign, and it just so happens that, we are in a very, very important time. So this might be a shakeup that's going to be so very welcoming to you. And that's how I want to see it, because Jupiter, the benevolent planet, is in the sign of Cancer and will be. It started in June, and it'll be there through June of 2026. The most comfortable, the most loving, compassionate, caring, sensitive, all those beautiful feelings of emotion that I know every single one of us want to experience. If you haven't, and for heaven's sakes, everybody in a lifetime does in some capacity. That's being brought to the forefront because, Jupiter's about expansion and growth and luck and all that beautiful stuff. So it affects all of us in some particular way. You may have water placements in your chart. But what I want to say is Venus goes into Cancer as well, to benefics, right? Just this gorgeous money, and you're the money sign as well. You're ruled by Venus. So Venus in a great position, feeling incredibly comfortable and especially loving in the sign of Cancer is just going to be amazing. So this tower, not all towers are bad, trust me, at all. Sometimes they come out of nowhere because we didn't do something and we feel like they came out of nowhere. A lot of time we create them. Trust me on that. So there's news, there's inspiration, there's something happening that's I think is absolutely going to work in your favor. Let's see what the rest of the reading has to say. See if I'm on the right track at all. This is a present position, and this is the Four of Pentacles. Well, that's you, Taurus. And the Four is stability. And you know how important that is to you. And you're very serious about your stability and your well-being and your comfort and that base chakra, which was, clearly meant to be brought up to you and to remind you that you worked hard. You deserve every single thing that you have and then some. And it's coming through. Your ships are coming in, basically. But you're also being a little bit, you're going to be a little conservative. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those are the people that end up in unexpected circumstances with this feeling of, okay, I didn't have to spend that extra money. I didn't have to splurge on that. It's not that you're being cheap. I don't like that word. It's that you're being frugal and you're making, you're just taking it a little bit easier, okay? And you're just making sure that everything is in line until retrogrades go direct and things of that nature, okay? That's what I'm getting from this present. Let's see what the clarification is. Absolutely true. The Chariot, the Cancer card, the major arcana, as is the Tower. Those are always very important information that you need to hear from Spirit. And the Chariot it's your victory. It is you are on the right track. It's the reference of a vehicle, but I can see it as your own body, your own, in tune with your body, your senses. You're very in tune with your senses as a Venus ruled. You love all of them. You love the taste, smell, touch, feel. Very much a part of you, very grounded person who understands the natural rhythms of things. But this is you going in a direction that you need to go and feeling headstrong and powerful about it. Once again, with the perfect serendipitous aspect of it being Cancer, because Cancer is predominant with Jupiter and Venus, your ruling planet, coming together that way. So because of your being a little more conservative, I guess you could say, you are absolutely, definitely heading in the way you want to. And maybe getting a new car.Maybe you were saving this time. This could represent that. It definitely represents travel as well. You've seen the ups and downs of life and all that, no matter what your age is. But you feel very confident now, and you feel like you are on the right track and and you may be traveling. For heaven's sakes, August is beautiful for travel. The end of the month, when it becomes Virgo season again, and the new moon in Virgo on the 23rd, that's all about fresh starts, and it's beautiful. Once again, it sextiles you, it's compatible, it's your fellow earth sign. You kind of get back down to basics and back to business, and kind of get streamlined and, do the Virgo kind of thing where we definitely, dot our I's and cross our T's and make sure everything's in alignment for us to keep that structure, to keep that balance, to keep that grounded energy. It works for you, Taurus. Now, the future, for Pete's sakes, is the Sun. One of the happiest cards in the deck. This represents, it's another major arcana, Leo. We're in Leo season. You're very, very in tune with what's happening right now. I absolutely love this. And it's bright, it's brilliance, it's happiness, it's well-deserved breaks and time and fun with people. Leo season's fun. Regardless of all the outer planets and their normal retrograde things they do and the slowdowns and so forth, it's not going to be for long. Trust me, with these pending eclipse cycles coming again, which is all about change yet again and for the betterment and all that. So we'll get into that a little more, but we'll start to feel the feelings absolutely in August. So I love this for you. I hope you're understanding and feeling it as well. And I know you can't see all the cards, but that's why I like to hold them up. But the clarification of the Sun, is the Eight of Wands. See, once again, it could be the Swords, but it could be the Wands. Let me double check. All I know is it's another 8. And there's that 8 Lion's Gate that happens on August 8th. And this is powerful for all of us. This is when this, I don't know how else to explain it, this incredibly spiritual awakening and just this, it's so karmically destined and it's so vitally important that it strikes us in the way that it does. And it's welcome and it's like, wow, an epiphany, an idea, a movement, a change, literal move. The travel, like I said, just something that's going to strike you and it'll stay with you. I had something happen last August, the Lion's Gate. I won't go into it other than it was fully unexpected and so beautiful. And it will stay with me the rest of my life. But let me double check this for you. Like I said, I want to make sure I'm reading the right way because, like I said, I have a lot of decks and I don't usually, it's not the Wands, it is the Swords. Okay. I don't usually, memorize all of them, obviously. You know, there's just too many, but that's okay. I'm trying to talk and chew gum and read at the same time. I apologize. So what is that, the Eight of Swords? Okay, well, if it is, it is not. What in the world? This is so crazy. What? Is it the cups? Because it isn't a cup of sorts. It's like a bowl, right? Oh my God, the Eight of Cups. No, it's not. And that's the only thing left is the Pentacles. I can't imagine that being a Pentacle. But you know what? That's okay. Live and learn, as they say. It's the Eight of Pentacles. It's you. Eight of Pentacles is the mastery. It's you. Everything you put, all of these incredible things that you have worked so hard and toiled, and you know you do. You're like dedicated like crazy, and you're very, very, you know, focused on the big picture and the outcome. But you're okay with being a little slow. You're okay with being routine. You're okay with the mundane, if you will. You know, this is what it leads you is the bountiful aspect of life, and a full beautiful bowl of incredible sardines or whatever the heck these are. Delicious, sensual, you know, the taste, the feel, the smell, all the senses, just so, what a beautiful, beautiful reading for you. I'm so happy for you. So the Tower, as I said, I did not feel that as to be anything but absolute changing for the better and something that you want and you've brought in yourself. We all do this on a regular basis. And I'm ecstatic for you. I'm going to read your oracle message now, but oh man, August, I've always loved August. I hope you have too. I hope you can resonate with that in your own personal life. Once again, if you like, if I haven't said it, if you like and resonate and you want to support me by subscribing or liking, which is all of it's free. It's just a beautiful gesture and it helps my channel greatly. I deeply appreciate it. And I thank you in advance, or, you know, whether or not you do or not, come on back. I'll be here for you, okay? And this is coming from a place of love. And so your last message, beautiful, beautiful Taurus, is Star Family. Wow. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Well, that's so important. And I know that I've had to do that more in my life. I think a lot of people are realizing that there are many people, and I've said this in the previous readings, people are there who actually really, really want to help. And I know for myself, I have, I don't know, a handful of people that I would actually turn to at this point in my life. But when I do, and it's when I really don't have a choice, and it's so phenomenal. And I want to do the same in return. It's just who you are too. You're such a giver. So do receive the help from the Star Family that it's not always your, you know, birth family, right? It's people we meet along the way, and they can be so impactful and so beautiful. But I'm going to read you what it says specifically, if I may. And thank you again for taking the time to be here. It is my absolute passion. Well, oh, here we go. Nope, so we got one, yeah. At some stage, we were each a part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of your soul cluster are part of your star family. Your star family are those souls who are cut from a similar cosmic cloth. Yes, you haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them from the moment that you meet. They feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time both passes quickly and stretches when you're with them. You feel more yourself with them than with anybody else. It can sometimes feel like looking in a mirror, because in a way you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you've known them. a certain soul mourning or soul breaking occurs. Think about people in your life. Who do you feel is a part of your star family? Is this card coming up in a spread? It's likely that you've met someone who is part of your star family, or you're about to. Okay, so that's interesting. And maybe you fully understand who I'm speaking of. This is personal. I know it's yours to know about. You can always share it with me, though. I would love to. I always read any and all messages, and I want to be a star member, basically a star family member to you in time. Who do you think is from the star family as you? How can you call upon them for support? Is the last starseed soul inquiry. Well, that's I think it's beautiful. I think it makes perfect sense. It does resonate with me, though I am not a Taurus, with having had a huge family, 9 kids, and basically the disbursement through time has just been something I would never have imagined, but it is an evolution. It is a part of who we are. So then we have other star families, as I said, that we meet along the way and that have been reincarnated to bring into our life and to create that, or once again, it could be your actual nuclear family. I don't know, but do know that there are people always there, and you can always reach out to them. And maybe it's a time in August where you want to do just that. And Mercury retrogrades, certainly, along with the other planets that retrograde, which are what? Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury. There was one other, but Pluto's been retrograde for a month or more. But yes, I love and appreciate you being here. I hope that you feel something from this, because Spirit is very much wanting you to be at peace with yourself and to feel your genuine energy during the month of August, and enjoy yourself in the meantime with this beautiful sun, vivacious, happiest basic card in the zodiac, right? And remember the love that's imperative for every aspect of your life. Thank you again. Take good care. Until next time, bye for now.